our friend and senior colleague in the party and the government, Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, State President Shri Haribabu, MP Shri Gangaraju ji, our Prabhari Shri Siddharthnath Singh ji, distinguished ministers, MLAs, other party leaders present on the dais, and all party workers present in this hall today. I am very grateful to the state unit of the party for having organized this program today. This program is being held at a time when the government at the center, led by our leader Shri Narendra Modi ji, is completing half of its tenure. Venkaiah ji and I have been working together since our student days. There is one area where he scores over all of us. He can speak in 3 languages at the same time. And therefore people are able to understand him more. I don't have that facility, but for almost 45 years we have been working together. We have spent a large part of our life in opposition, few experiences in government, but I think Venkaiah ji will agree with me that the manner in which the government headed by our Prime Minister Shri Modi ji is today functioning, it is establishing a new political culture in India. You have in the Prime Minister a leader who has the courage and capacity to take decisions. He is even willing to take tough decisions, at times even unpopular decisions, provided they are in the larger interest of the country. Compare this with the previous government, where everybody used to say that there is a policy paralysis which has struck the nation. Today people say, is he moving too fast? And that is how governments are supposed to be led. 2.5 years have gone by. This government has wiped out the word corruption from the corridors of Delhi. Even today when people speak of corruption, they speak of corruption of the previous government. Nobody is even willing to raise an issue against this government. On issues of national security, he has shown both clarity of mind and firmness, which is attached to the very character and philosophy of the BJP. We saw for almost more than 2 months one of the worst ever crises in Kashmir. But you had a strong leader and a strong government at the center, which was not willing to give a single signal that it is going to yield at the cost of national unity. And that firmness finally has paid. Pakistan had made a routine activity of allowing its territory to be used for terrorism against India. And historically our response used to be, we will raise it at the international forum, we will isolate Pakistan, some diplomatic initiatives will be taken. For the first time you have a government in Delhi which has told the neighboring country that if you indulge in terrorism in India, you will have to pay a price for it. And the cost of allowing your territory to be used for terrorism will become unbearable on you. People were surprised that the government of India could take such a decision, and our armed forces could with such great competence and patriotism execute that decision. $34,000 and $69,000. What will be given now? 2,03,174 crores. So during this 5 years, this is what is going to be given only through Finance Commission. Over and above this, we had promised in the Act that the Finance Commission had said, and this includes, because it will take some years for Andhra Pradesh to become revenue surplus, so Andhra will slowly become revenue surplus. But till it becomes, whatever every year they have fixed as revenue deficit is to be given. For the first year of the Modi government, what is to be given as revenue deficit is over and above this. Now I want to ask one question. I have a list of almost 25 institutions in front of me. In 2.5 years, this part of Andhra Pradesh, what all is given? All institutions were denied earlier to this part. And one of the grievance used to be, and that was the spirit in Andhra Pradesh, what about institutions in our part? Because everything goes around the state, earlier state capital. So what was Congress and YSR doing? Petroleum University, IIT, National Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Central University Anandpur, Indian Institution of Science Education and Research, Indian Institute of Management, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Tribal University, National Institute of Disaster Management, a new port, proposal with regard to expansion of Steel Authority, Indian Oil, all investments in the sector. World-class airports at Visakhapatnam, Tirupati, and now some 698 acres is needed for Vijayawada airport, for a new airport to be established here. National highways, a whole new network being created. Nitin Gadkari ji has promised all these. Now, one small question which you must ask, why were these, most of the time except a brief period of Chandrababu, and NTR, Congress was in power, and at center mostly they were in power. And these are institutions which have been set up all over the country. So why is it that these are now being set up for the first time in the last 2.5 years? Some institutions have started functioning, some land has been allocated, construction has started. We had promised backward region, we are giving the money. There was a problem with regard to how to fund Polavaram. They said national project. I have already committed and I have asked NABARD to find out the funding, and they are going to support so that all the irrigational problems of this area would be looked into. The advantage which the state gets by special category, that central projects you get 90-10. That's the only advantage you get. There is no other advantage you get. So it's a money advantage. 90 given by center, 10 given by state. Now there is a constitutional problem. So I said calculate the money that you would have got by this. An equivalent amount as a special assistance package in the ratio of 90-10 from externally aided projects, the center will support you. And we will pay 90% of that. So, to the rupee, anna and pi, whatever you are entitled to under this, the center is going to give. All I want to tell you is, you have a government at the center that you can all be proud of.